When you're totally in the present moment without being judgmental about anything, that is mindfulness. You're watching Shailja Saraswati. Every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I talk about topics on mindfulness, meditation, and some anecdotes from my life. Today, I'm going to talk about my journey from pain to healing. So, I've been suffering from this upper back pain. It started 3 days ago. I woke up, there was an intense pain in my back. I thought it's going to recede, as the day progresses. Unfortunately, it has just progressed and it's become even more intense ever since. And living a mindful life, I started thinking that why it's happened. I am very aware that, the illness or disease actually strikes our emotional system first. So some things which we have allowed to seep in as stress and not channelized it or thrown that energy out of our system, it would stay back, and eventually if it lingers on, it will just seep into our physical self, the physical body. So what I'm feeling as a physical pain in my upper back right now, it has essentially been around me, I don't know, for maybe a couple of weeks now. And I have, kind of sort of try to introspect and look back what was really happening in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And when I look back, I can see that, my lifestyle had gone a little haywire. My sleep pattern was not in place. I was taking a lot more extra at work. There was some firefighting which was happening on a couple of projects which I'm involved in. But in spite of all of that, I think there's certain things which I could have still managed properly, like eating on time, resting on time, sleeping effectively between 6 to 7 hours, and that's luxury for me to get 6 7 hours sleep. But I try and hit that target. It wasn't really happening, and I think what I've done is I've let this stress seep into my emotional, psychological, and mental self, or my aura, and that has seeped into my cellular system or my tissues and muscles and nerves now. And this was a revelation, when the first time I heard about this was when I was listening to, the knowledge tapes by Sri Ravi Shankar on Ashtavakra Gita. So a very profound knowledge by this sage called Ashtavakra, who was actually deformed from 8 parts of his body. And I think he kind of decoded what disease really means and how it impacts our body and the mind. And he was actually crippled from 8 parts of his body, right? So disease essentially is when you're not at ease. Yeah. No, the natural self would be that you're all settled at all 5 levels, which is emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, social, right? So everything is in balance. But somewhere when things are not resolved, or things keep piling up, or sometimes because of lack of awareness or lack of support structure around, you start shoving things under the carpet. Then it will just come up as a volcano. It could be in form of emotional outburst or in terms of physical pain and suffering. So I'm here. I am in pain. I have taken some painkillers, ointments. I'm trying to rest that part as much as possible. But it is just asking for attention. It's asking for attention like a small kid, that you have ignored me, you have overused me, abused me, now just stay with me, right? So I'm trying to listen to my system. I'm trying to listen to the areas of my life which needs to get fixed. And again, just pausing a little bit and reflecting that, what really I allowed to happen to me, right? So when I said that mindfulness is all about being in the present moment without being judgmental, I think stress is the opposite. In stress, we just get caught up too much in the things, people, situations, and we are stuck in our mind that maybe things will not get resolved. Stress is very productive, right, to an extent, but when it gets beyond our capabilities, then it can get counterproductive. So I think this is also just a lesson for me that I should only take as much as I can chew. Sometimes we just feel that we can take on personal life, anything happening, professional life, anything is happening, and then our vocations, our interests, our social life, friends life. I think the first and foremost, the most important life is your life, right? You are the most important microcosm. And if that is not fixed, that's not in place, I think the other components of life will just fall like a crumbling cookie, like I call it. So I just, just from the perspective of that, uh, disease is not about when disease strikes the body. Disease is when it strikes your emotional self, your mental self, your spiritual self. We need to fix those things there and then. And I also would want to share, during these 4 5 days when the pain has been intense, I have not been able to do my yoga or my pranayams or, the breathing exercises, but I was still doing my meditation. So in deeper meditation, you can really access, the hormones which can heal your body. You can access strength, resilience. It's not about you are doing something. Meditation is not about doership. It's just a state of mind, and you access that state of mind by relaxing. So essentially, that is you. It is just that because of whatever the noise and the sound around you, we are not able to access that as much. So meditation as a practice really helps to realize that we are very calm, cool, relaxed within. It's just that we are not able to access that presence at will. And I think that's a journey of a yogi or people who've been practicing meditation and mindfulness. How do you access that silent zone within at will, right? So I'm still on that journey. I'm still doing my practices, but in situations, how do you keep accessing that silent zone within, which is going to energize you, which will give you the right hormone release, which will give you the right perception, the right focus, and the right ammunitions to deal with the situation. So it's all about practice, and just keep observing, bring the awareness up in situations. Are we reacting to it, or are we responding to it? So this is the journey from pain to healing. And I think it's a vicious cycle for me. Sometimes whenever I have like a low phase with my health, I think this is exactly what I have observed. The body asks for attention. You need to relax. You need to pause, give it that attention, give it that healing period, and then you bounce back. But during that period, there's a lot of learning what one can absorb. And I think that's important. That's what will lead to growth from a mindfulness or mindful living perspective. I'll leave you here, but I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel, comment, like, share, and I'll see you soon. Bye.